I like my car. Its name is Miles.
Aww.
It's a car pun.
My car's name is Chad.
You name everything Chad.
Yo, my phone's name is Chad. Like, if I connect to your Bluetooth, it says Chad.
Mine is the Skeetmobile.
Skeet?
Yeah.
Skeet, skeet. Yeah!
So we have the best names for our cars.
We actually do. Like, I think we just won.
We just won at life, finally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, my computer is in a different language. Out of nowhere.
Did you buy it on Wish?
Alright, I'm fixed.
Alright, let's count down. Phrase.
From what?
Dos. Uno.
Yo.
This was supposed to be our like return music because we were all supposed to be back in this episode.
But we'll discuss what happened.
We gain a member and we lose another one.
Yeah, I'm back. Y'all. And I'm so...
We rescued Meatball from the sewers of Derry, Maine. Finally.
I missed you guys.
And we lost Sean.
We lost Sean in Texas.
The secret's in the sauce.
That's all we're gonna say about Sean's whereabouts.
Alright, welcome to episode 6 of Attempted Topics. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Steven.
I'm Meatball.
And rest in peace, Sean.
Why was I about to say episode 7?
I thought it was 8.
So we don't know what's going on here.
You thought you missed like 4 episodes?
I don't know what I thought, you guys. I'm sorry.
It's been a minute.
I know. I think it's because like we had like an extra week without.
Yeah.
You know. So I lost track of time.
Well, in Meatball's return to the podcast, we have decided to dedicate an episode to her.
Oh.
And I'm not too happy about it.
Jeez.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
Yes, we chose one of her favorite movies of all time.
Yes.
Like, out of everything ever.
And it also happens to be one of my least favorite sequels of all time.
I don't know how.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Oh, man.
It's the debut of Chop Top, Bill Moseley.
After a decade of silence, the buzz is back. Is that really what the tagline is?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, because they made it a comedy.
Yeah, isn't this the only movie that Bill Moseley, like the only Chainsaw movie that Bill Moseley is in?
Yeah.
Well,
because the timelines in this franchise are worse than the Halloween movie.
Well,
wait, I have a dumb question.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure who Bill Moseley is.
He was Otis in The Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, wait.
Free from Hell. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
He's in a ton of movies.
He was in the remake of The Night of the Living Dead.
I didn't see that.
It's like the 1990. Is it not? It's somewhere between 90 and 92.
Oh, he was in Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Yeah. There was a lot of.
Oh yeah, he was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird like callbacks in Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Did I see that one?
That's the do your thing, cuz one.
Oh yeah.
Do your thing, cuz.
Yeah.
No, I liked that movie. Part of it. I didn't like the whole second half.
Well, the timelines in this franchise are worse than Halloween because it goes like 1 and 2 are a timeline, and then 1 and 3 are a timeline, and then 1 and 4 are a timeline, and then 1 and 3D are a timeline.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of this particular franchise. Minus the remake. I think I like the remake.
The
And
remake
probably,
is my favorite in the franchise.
yeah, that
I really
and
like the
probably,
original too, though.
I think this is where I can really I
shine.
feel that eight. Well, yeah.
This is your time to
No,
shine.
I mean, no, I can really tell our age differences here with this one because, like, I grew up on these though.
Aren't we all like
So
21?
I mean, yeah, we'll go with that.
I stopped counting, and also I'm turning the same age that I turned last year this year because of the pandemic.
Yeah, I feel like these birthdays don't count.
Since
No.
time froze, that means my birthday froze.
That's a good way to look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I suggest everybody follow that.
The first Texas Chainsaw movie I saw was the remake,
Same.
Oh wow.
and
Oh gosh.
I was probably like 11 when I saw it. So I don't know if it's like nostalgia because that was the first one I saw, but
Probably.
that one is my favorite out of the franchise.
I was shook
I
because
do really like the first one, and I like the beginning, and that's
see,
about all the
I
movies
really
I like in this franchise.
I really don't like the first one.
It's I think, well, I guess the word would be dated. If that makes sense. Because it's almost like if you show a 12-year-old, if you were to just show them Halloween, like the original Halloween,
Hmm.
like we're at a point in time where it just seems stupid.
Yeah,
I think it's like that.
but
I
different.
remember watching the first one when, oh my goodness, I don't even know if I was in kindergarten yet. I was probably around that age, and my cousin showed it to me, but my mom was totally against it. Not because she didn't let me watch that kind of movie, but for some reason, like, she acted like it was this god awful thing. And apparently, I had like some distant relatives that got hacked up, and I don't know why I'm laughing about. Well, I mean, I didn't know them,
So it's fine. We can laugh.
so she was like, "You should not be watching that." And that's what happened to Uncle So and So's sister, and I was like, "Who?" So that just made me want to watch it even more.
Hmm.
But I got obsessed with it after that. Thanks, Mom. For some reason, but I had watched Texas Chainsaw 2 also, and for some reason 2 scared me when I was little. I remember being so scared, but I loved it. But I loved Chop Top even then.
I saw
I was
the
always
I saw the
10.
second one before I saw the original one because I remember I was at CD Warehouse and they had the DVD, and I was like 10 or 11 years old, and my mom let me buy the DVD, and I remember being confused as to why it was a comedy, even back then, because I did see the remake before I saw the second one,
Right.
and I was like I just assumed they would all be like dark and gritty. And for some reason, like
Mhm.
Leatherface is dancing in this one, and
Yeah,
is wearing a tuxedo. I don't know.
I love it.
So
It's great.
so here is the thing that upset me. So I would never encourage our listeners to pirate a movie, but I figured since I already have the DVD somewhere and I just couldn't find it, that I would try to find it online.
Hmm.
And I looked for a solid half hour because I was like, I'm not paying for this thing again, even though my mom bought the DVD like 15 years ago. But I was like, I'm not buying this again. So I couldn't find it online. My torrent didn't work. So I paid $3.99 for this thing.
Hmm.
Totally worth it.
Where did you find it at?
iTunes.
Oh, okay.
If I knew this ahead of time, I could have mailed you a copy. I lost it a couple times, and then like I re-bought it and then found it. So like I just have extras.
You have
I
copies
think
on
I have
top
it
of
on
copies.
VHS.
So this is $3.99 that I'll never get back.
You'll never get it back. Do you still totally hate it though?
I will say, I'm on Letterboxd. I don't know if you know what Letterboxd is. It's like a social media app for movie people where you can just follow people and rate movies.
Mhm. Oh
I
yeah, I'm
it
on there too.
I went from giving it half a star originally from my memory from when I was 11.
God, Jeremy's a hater.
Harsh.
I just remember not liking it, and like I just associate it with a comedy, and I don't think this movie should be a comedy because the first movie is so dark and scary, and I don't agree with the choice to just have Leatherface dancing around and
Music is
See,
my life.
isn't that what well, what came first? The Nightmare on Elm Street sequels or this?
uh,
The what?
I think Elm Street 3 came out the same year as this.
I wonder if they were inspired by that and turning that into a comedy. They're like, oh,
Well,
let's try to turn Leatherface into a comedy too.
well, let me say I went from giving it half a star from my memory to after I watched it again, I gave it 1.5 stars out of 5.
Mm.
I'll accept that.
So, I mean, I enjoy it more than I thought I did from 15 years ago.
Well, that's good to hear because I was like, man, he's just like really hating this, and it's great. That's why I was like, you have to go back and watch it. It's so good.
So just give it another 15 years when I'm 21 again, and
Yeah.
we'll reassess, and maybe I'll like it.
All right.
I'm
Then.
just 15 years away from realizing its greatness. Stephen, what were your
Wait.
thoughts?
Hmm?
What were your thoughts?
Probably about the same. I mean, what was the one guy? I can't even remember names. The bald guy.
Which one?
The
Chop
bald
Top?
one.
Wait, what?
The bald one with the lefty. That's his name.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lefty Dennis Hopper,
He was my
the
favorite.
cop.
the sheriff, right? Not the sheriff,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm. I like
Um,
him. I don't like.
I have a note about him, and I'll get there when we approach the end of the movie. But
Okay.
And I like Chop Top.
I love Chop Top.
Chop
he's
Top is
great.
disgusting.
You know,
See,
yeah,
it's funny.
that's all the.
I
I
had
mean,
them
that's
mixed up for the longest. I don't know why. I just mixed up names.
I'm a big fan of not a big fan. I'm a fan of Dretch.
I love her.
I appreciate
You
her
know,
as a final girl.
I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. I wasn't a fan. I found myself annoyed a bit. Just a bit.
That's how I felt through the the entire movie.
oh God, what a tough
But
crowd.
Chop Top and Lefty, those are my those ones get the gold star. And that's why I would give the movie like 1.5, 2 stars. 1 star for each of them. And that's sad. Leatherface is supposed to be the main villain, I guess.
I just like why is it a comedy?
I mean, I never really looked at it as like a comedy, but I mean, it's got some parts in it that are really, that make you laugh. And with I don't know, my sense of humor, like some of this, I didn't know if it was meant to be funny or if I just found it amusing.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it now.
I'm looking on the IMDb page, and it's listed as a comedy before it's listed as a horror movie.
No, I really did like the intro.
Yeah.
I like how they explain the reason for the family never being caught. How they were just never found, and they never found the house or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy that, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand. Like I you couldn't even convince me this was the same director. Like if I didn't know the same director made this in the first one, I wouldn't have even known.
Tobe Hooper,
Yeah.
yeah. It's great though.
Oh man. So why do you agree with it being a comedy, or like not necessarily a comedy? Why do you agree with it being in this style?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to
Like, why do I agree that they call it that, or like what do I find funny
Why do you
about it?
agree with the choice of them being more funny about the movie than keeping it like dark like the
Oh, I
original?
got you. Rather than being
Yeah.
serious, I don't know. I'm really not sure like why they chose to go that direction with it, but like you guys said, I think it was like I mean, a lot of. I mean, look at the movies that were out around that time, like in the horror, like a lot of these. This is pretty much considered like a B-rate, horror
Mm-hmm.
movie. So a lot of them, like you look at like Brain Damage, which I've watched a lot recently, especially, like the Freddy Krueger, um, that we just talked
Yeah.
about, um, a lot of that stuff had like that kind of feel to it. Like they kind of put out that, and I think that was just like what was going on in that time because this came out in '86.
Yeah.
So around mid '80s, like that was a big thing. Like the I mean, they had like the slasher movies and stuff, but then for some reason, everything started taking this kind of like uh, this turn where it was like it's horror, but it's totally cheesy at the same time.
Like the Friday the 13th movies, for example.
Well,
I
yeah.
think those
yeah,
are funny.
Well, this is around the same time that Friday the 13th started getting funny, because I think Part 6 came out in '86
yeah.
too. If I
I
remember
thought
correctly.
I thought part 2 was funny when Jason broke the chair by standing on it.
Yes.
And then the whole wheelchair kill.
That's a good one.
Maybe that was their reasoning behind it. I haven't looked into it that much, but maybe that
Yeah.
is their reasoning that every other.
I hadn't either. Like I never really thought about it until now, and now I'm really curious. So I'm trying to see what I can find out. But I think that was just what a lot of other movies were doing.
Mhm.
So it was real popular at the time to kind of have this like gore and somewhat really dark, raunchy sense of humor
Yeah.
about it.
Well, this
I
came out.
feel like
Well, oh, go ahead.
I feel like they almost kind of humanized Leatherface in this movie too.
Oh yeah, like whenever he and that always got like I always noticed that too. I always took notice to that even when I was a little kid.
Mhm.
Like you kind of like
Yeah.
him. It's him likable because you feel sorry for him because it's like he he had you could tell. I mean, he kind of had like a little crush or
Yeah.
whatever on Stretch, and he wanted like he was sympathetic to her. He tried to mask her like.
I mean, his
You
tactics
see what
his
I did there?
tactics weren't the best, but I saw what he was going for.
Well, I think the idea is that he's just a child and he's being um, not controlled, but he's being told what to do by this family.
Yeah.
So he's
Yes.
trying to hide her, and then okay,
He wanted to help her
yeah,
escape.
the one part I did find funny, and I kept note of it. Um, so in when they're in the radio station, he gets stretched by himself, and then he comes back and tells I forget the guy's name. Oh, yeah,
Chop
Chop
Top.
Top. He tells Chop Top, but he doesn't tell him, but he basically says that I killed her.
Yeah.
And then when they're in the cave, which I also don't understand why they went from a house to these giant caves, but we'll get there too. Um, when the family finds out that Stretch is still alive, there's like this funny moment where Leatherface is like, "It wasn't me." You know what I'm talking about? Where he's like looking,
I didn't
he's
do
like
it.
looking back and forth. He's like, "I didn't do it." I thought it was funny, but at the same time, like, why are we seeing him like this?
Yeah.
It's an 80s. It was an 80s. God. The 80s were weird, okay?
I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't need to see him like this. I feel like my Leatherface is the scary one that is in the remake, and when I see him in this one, like making faces and stuff, it's just it's just not for me. Like,
I like him in this. I don't know. Of course my favorite was Gunnar Hansen in the original.
who played Leatherface in this one?
Oh my gosh, I don't know the
Bill
guy's name.
Johnson.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Yep.
For some reason, I thought it was the same guy. I don't know why.
Gunnar Hansen was the original Leatherface.
Yeah, for some reason, I thought he was in the second one too. But I was wrong.
It's all
So
good.
the notes I have, so I already said that I like the explanation that they gave for the family never being caught.
Mhm.
The next
Yeah.
explanation, or the next note I have is that it says two idiots call Stretch, and for some reason they can't get them off the phone.
Oh yeah. That part was funny.
But don't radio stations have the ability to kick people off the line? or am I just looking too far
Well,
into it?
where she was like, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang
Yeah.
up. Okay, well, God. Okay, this goes back to her. Oh my God, I'm so much older than you guys. All right, back in my day, when you would call someone, okay, for instance, I had this friend when we were little, we used to prank call each other all the time, and he would not hang up, and I would try to hang up on him, and when I would pick the phone back up, he would still be on there. Like, as long as you stayed on there, unless you left it hung up for I don't know, like 30 seconds to maybe an entire minute, it would not clear the line.
So you both had to hang up pretty much.
Yeah, you would both have to hang up to clear the line. It's not like now where you can just
hang up on someone.
end the call and you good. I mean, it would, like, I could pick the phone back up, and as long as he never would hang his receiver up, when I would pick it up, he'd always say, "I'm still here."
I feel like that could get people in trouble.
Probably.
Yeah. So, so that is real, and that's, you kind of had to.
Kind of had to be there to get it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So that's a real thing, though. That's not like it's not far fetched like that.
Yeah.
That's how the phone lines worked back then.
Was this the movie that they were watching in the Child's Play remake?
I'm sorry, what?
Was this the movie that they were watching in the Child's Play reboot?
Oh, I'm not for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think, you know what? I think so. I only saw that. I don't even know if I finished it. I think I fell asleep watching it. I was really tired.
If it is, because I think it is one of the Texas Chainsaw movies. If it is, then this movie influenced Robot Chucky.
I totally forgot about that part. I need to go back.
Because
and
I
watch
remember
that.
the freeway scene being shown.
Oh, okay.
I love that
I remember
part.
what you're. Yeah, I remember that now. I did like that scene when he gets the guys through the top of the car.
Yeah. So that influenced Chucky. So that's cool.
We go an hour into the movie and he kills like 3 people. Just put that out there. For some reason, I remember the body count being higher.
Yeah, I feel like the movie's long, but not much. Not much happens, but it feels fast.
Yeah.
So the next thing I would like to point out, or I would like to ask, is Drayton's chili? Are we supposed to think are we supposed to believe that the chili is tainted?
That the chili. I can barely hear you.
Drayton's chili.
Sorry.
Because he wins the chili cook-off or whatever. Are we supposed to believe that he has like human in his chili?
I mean, the secret's in the sauce. So yeah. That's what the meat is. The meat, I mean, that's where that's what they're doing there. They kill people and they cook them and put them in their chili.
So that's their motive for creating these or doing these terrible acts to just make chili.
I mean, that's
well, no, I think they make a lot of things. Like, if you'll look through any of the movies in the franchise, they always have like all these neat, all this neat home decor that's bones.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like the chairs.
They make, yeah, and the original, they say, oh, it's based on a true story. It's loosely based on a true story. It's based on Ed Gein.
Right.
So like that's where all the like the leather face, the mask,
like there was no real
skin mask. I mean It's not
It's not that extreme, I guess.
right. It's not that. It's loosely based off of like a lot of their ideas, like for that film, came from real events from Ed Gein.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that that Dennis Hopper did a good job at playing Lefty, but I don't like the character. He's just, I don't know, like he's like everything else in this movie. It's just annoying and tedious.
He made me laugh.
Well, he's after because okay, I guess they had killed his brother, so that was his personal vendetta against that family.
And the police are trying to like cover it up and be like, because I think they blame like people from out of town or whatever
Mm-hmm.
for chopping people up with a chainsaw.
Yeah, and it's almost like I mean, they know what's up. They just kind of like turn their.
I did like that because they say in the opening scroll that there's been a bunch of chainsaw massacres and they just can't find the people that are doing it. So I think they kind of just are blaming like
Whoever.
people from out of town because they don't want to admit they can't find these people.
Mm-hmm. Or they just don't want to be a victim. I'm like, all right, you guys are cool. Just leave me alone and I'll leave you alone.
So Lefty and Stretch end up working together and he gets her to play the killings on the air. So when Drayton is driving back from the chili cook-off, he gets a call. I'm not sure who calls him. Is it Chop Top or is it just someone else?
That calls where?
What's his name? Drayton is in the RV,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets a call on the way home from the chili cook-off, and somebody tells him that they're playing the killings on the air because those people were on the phone with Stretch they were on the radio when they were getting killed.
Oh yeah, yeah, those kids from the beginning. Well, I call them kids.
So Stretch is like,
wow,
trying to get the truth out there that it's not just people from out of town.
Yeah, she plays the tape some more, and that's whenever she gets with Lefty, and they start their own little investigation.
It's civil justice, not civil. Is that what I'm thinking of? No, it's like citizens arrest is what they're trying to do, I guess.
Citizens arrest, yeah.
So Chop Top ends up going to the radio station. Isn't that your favorite scene, Meatball? With
Yes.
That was my favorite scene too.
Kill that bitch.
Leatherface made me jump there, and I normally don't jump at movies. That part made me jump.
Oh, when he just busts in there like Kool-Aid. Yeah, because it's like it's a huge jump scare. That part.
But instead of showing Leatherface chasing her, like chasing Stretch down the hallway and everything, they focus on they focus on Chop Top telling jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Leatherface, like why can't we focus on him? Why are we seeing Chop Top cracking jokes?
And then he lost his hair.
Yeah, and he has that like,
yeah, he had his Sonny Bono wig on.
lick my plate or whatever.
And his wig was snatched.
Oh gosh.
And he
But
does
I think
Such a great movie.
and Leatherface does that, like he keeps pausing and doing that stupid dance where he lifts the chainsaw above his head and like works.
Well, there's like one part at the very end of the original where Leatherface kind of does that. So
Oh yeah.
I think they took that one little move and ran with it in this movie.
The whole way.
Yeah.
Like, do this move as much as you can.
Do this.
He does it like 4 times within the quick stretch of him running down the hallway or whatever. Like he chases Stretch and he does it then, and then he does it like 3 more times in the room with her.
He's a wild man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that scene of him at the end of the first one, like waving the chainsaw around because he's like angry. Like I like that. I don't like him just doing that stupid twerk or whatever it is that he's doing in this one.
It's
He
working.
invented the twerking.
He's the OG
He was twerking
twerker.
30 years before everybody else was.
I mean, he pretty much was.
So, this is where we find out that Leatherface is interested in Stretch because he's getting getting awfully close with that chainsaw.
Yeah. About
And the whole
that.
time I'm thinking, like, please don't turn it on.
No, he was just slicing those beer cans instead.
Because she said, "Are you good?"
Like,
Yeah, she's like, how good are you?
Yeah, how good are you? And then he gets all like crazy. Ooh, yeah, that was pretty sick. Imagine being like a little girl and watching that.
Yeah,
Traumatizing. It's no wonder I'm so crazy.
When I watched it when I was like 10, I was like terrified that he was going to turn it on.
Yeah. I'm glad he did.
It reminds me of that scene in Terrifier, except Art the Clown is psycho and actually did some things that Leatherface wouldn't do.
I like Terrifier. We need to do an episode on that one day.
I love that movie.
Fun fact that you guys may not know. Bill Moseley has a band. It's well, he has a whole website. I'll send you guys the link later. It's Chop Top's Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a band where he's Chop Top Bill Moseley. He's Chop Top, and they're called Cornbugs. And do you know who Buckethead is?
No.
He's a really amazing guitar player. He wears like the KFC bucket.
Oh, okay.
He's in it. I'll have to send you guys something later.
Mm.
So I mean, it's like a big. I'm not the only one that's a big fan of him.
I think Chop Top could have had his own movie. Why not?
For real.
I mean, the sequels to this franchise just get
you
worse and worse.
Dick.
So, I feel like they could have done a sequel to this, or a sequel to this with Chop Top, or like a spinoff or something, because the other ones just get worse and worse.
I liked the one with, well, I liked part 3, and it was just called Leatherface. And then there was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know what it's called. It's the one that had Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, The
and
Next
Renee
Generation.
Zellweger. Yeah, The Next
The one
Generation.
where Leatherface is in drag.
That one was great. Yes.
I enjoy that one just because it's. I don't even know the proper word for it. It's like insane. I don't know how Matthew McConaughey had a career after that movie.
Oh, that movie was great.
But like,
I loved it.
But like, critics hated that movie.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how he was able to have a career after that.
I really appreciate that movie.
You appreciate Leatherface and drag?
Of course.
Why not?
Don't you?
Is Leatherface a woman in that movie, or is he just dressed like a woman?
He's drag. He's dressed as a woman. Yeah, I appreciate anyone in drag. Especially Leatherface.
Me too.
Shout
Yes.
out to everybody in drag right now. Okay.
Wait, what?
I said shout out to everybody in drag right now.
Oh, absolutely. What up? So where were we?
So this is the part where Leatherface lies to Chop Top and is like, because Chop Top asks if he took care of her, and
A bitch.
and they give each other a high five. So my notes at this point, I'm gonna read you what I wrote. It says, I dozed off, and the next thing I knew, Stretch was underground. The family went from living into a creepy house to these weird caves.
It was like an abandoned carnival.
I like, yeah, that's an abandoned carnival. It's like a.
That's what it says.
Is that what it is? Because I just saw her, like, Stretch and Lefty were just walking through these weird things, and the next thing I knew, they were underground.
It's kind of like the underground
Tunnel.
I totally missed the transition between the.
Shop.
I totally missed the transition from the radio station to these caves.
Us trying to describe the cave.
It looks kind of fun.
Yeah.
So.
In a way.
So.
In a way, like minus the bones and stuff everywhere, and
they've got like dead people
skin
everywhere.
hanging and all that.
But that's where it's almost, it's like a torture chamber, I guess, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So
no.
So this is when Stretch goes falling underground, and Lefty goes hunting after her and is hunting for the family, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So Leatherface he's like helping Stretch because he has his crush on her. And that's another note I wrote. I don't know why. Like, I don't need to see him helping.
Falling in love.
Yeah, like, I don't need to see this.
This movie is a romantic comedy.
Yes. That's how I'll describe it from here on out.
I mean, I think that's a perfect way of describing it.
Yeah, just a little bit of death here and there, but what type of romantic comedies don't have a little bit of death?
So is he like showing his love by putting a face on her, or is he hiding her?
Well,
and it was like her.
He was hiding her that way. It was he put LG's face on her.
Yeah.
Poor LG.
Her buddy. So
they did him wrong. Now that scene I do remember from when I was a kid, because
I do too, because that one was traumatizing.
Yeah, I was like,
because he wakes up and doesn't realize his face is off.
Yeah, I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, and she just
she keeps it on.
She neatly puts the face back on him. He lays down. So Lefty is underground, and for some reason he keeps sawing beams.
Yeah, and that's why I like him, because that was funny.
But if you're underground, I don't think you should be sawing what's holding the earth up.
No, probably not.
Because he could very well just get crushed, and then the rest of the movie is just doesn't happen.
I would have been fine with that.
They would just make for a anticlimactic ending.
Just the whole ground caves in.
Yeah.
And everybody dies.
So the family eventually ends up finding Stretch, and this is when Leatherface does that stupid face I was telling you guys about earlier, where he's like,
yeah.
It wasn't me. I don't know.
He's like, I don't know.
Right. Like, I did not do that.
Oops.
But like the family doesn't punish him or anything. They're just like, oh, he has a crush.
Let's just keep her.
Yeah.
And then Drayton tries to teach Leatherface about the hanky. He's like, you could have just came to me.
I'm like, go away.
So they do this like dinner scene, and I think it's like paying tribute to the first movie. But in this one, it's like Leatherface is going on a date with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's dressed in a tuxedo and everything.
See, romantic comedy.
Pretty much.
I always think of Wrong Turn when I see these movies.
I'm not a fan of Wrong Turn.
You know what? I have never actually watched those. Just because we're based in West Virginia. And I was like, that's...
Oh, yeah. I recommend part 1, 2, 4, and 5.
I did like 1 and 4.
I may see if they're on something and watch them this weekend.
But 4 has like, I was mad at 4 and 5.
That's the one that takes place in the snow, right?
Yeah. That's the best one.
I like
was
that
just
one.
mad. I was mad because it was a prequel.
Yeah.
And you already know what happens in prequels like that.
Yeah, it's like everyone has to die.
Yeah.
Because the killer has to stay alive.
Same with that. What Leatherface movie was that?
The Beginning.
Yeah, I was so mad at that movie.
I actually like that one.
Yeah, I like it. I was just mad.
Like the ending scene of him walking down the street into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. See, like the Leatherface from 2003 and 2006 is my favorite.
Now, the face removing scene in that movie is a lot worse than LG's face in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I was scarred by that, too.
We need to talk about those movies in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are actually Leatherface movies I like. There's not a lot of them, but there's a few out there.
I've always been a fan.
I mean, he's not like a bad character. It's just like whenever I see any of the original movies, I'm just left with like this depressing feeling. There's like nothing about these movies. Like nothing about these movies is normal and happy. They're all like dirty.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell like Rob Zombie was heavily inspired by the old Texas Chainsaw movies. Because House of a Thousand Corpses is pretty much like a soft remake of Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
I always felt that too. Like the dinner scene, the whole, like grandpa, all that kind of gives that feel. Plus, I mean, he made a point to cast Bill Moseley, so he was absolutely a huge fan.
It's like he had a script for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and they didn't have the rights for it, so they're like, we'll just tweak this a little bit.
Right. It turned out really well.
Yeah. I didn't like 3 from Hell though.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, it's so good. I liked it.
I might
Devil's
have
Rejects
not
was
been
so
in the
good
right mood
though.
for it.
I feel like that was a good ending. Devil's Rejects.
They have it on Shudder.
Yeah, because they're just like at the end of or at the beginning of 3 from Hell, they pretty much say like, "Oh, these guys survived this mass shooting."
Like how?
When we just saw him we just saw him shot to bits at the end of The Devil's Reject.
I mean, he did do that with Michael Myers too.
Yeah.
When he got shot in the
They
face, but it's okay.
they somehow survived.
I don't know. I think that might have been like the main reason I didn't like it, just because The Devil's Rejects ended so perfectly.
It was a pretty great ending.
All right, let's back on track with Texas
let's
Chainsaw 2.
Back on,
Let's jump back to Texas.
We're easily sidetracked. It's a tempted topic.
Okay,
We attempt.
we're flying back to Texas.
Back into Dinner with Leatherface.
Dinner with what's their last name? Sawyer.
Yeah,
The
Sawyer.
Sawyer's.
Why was I
Yeah.
thinking Hewitt? What movie?
That's their names in the remake.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the Hewitt family.
Because his name is Thomas Hewitt in the remake.
All right, so I wasn't completely dumb.
I don't know why they did that.
So we're gonna fly back to Texas to visit the Sawyers at dinner time, not the Hewitts.
Dinner with the Sawyer.
Yeah.
My bad.
Steven, give me your best Texas
It'll
accent.
never happen again. I can't.
Just give me a false redneck accent.
I can't do it on the spot. Hold on.
Okay, well, while Steven prepares for his Texas accent, we'll discuss Leatherface in a tuxedo and sniffing Stretch's hair. That's my next note. Leatherface is in a tux and sniffing her hair.
What not to do on a date?
All of my notes are just like random complaints. This is the first time I took notes about anything we covered, and they're all just like random complaints.
You know what? My southern accent will come when Sean's Amazon Prime review comes.
All right.
That's fair. We're like 5 episodes past when Sean said he was gonna review Amazon Prime.
Wait, I thought we were gonna talk about where were we gonna talk about where is Sean?
He was at dinner with the Sawyers, but unfortunately he was LG'd.
Leatherface didn't feel the same about him as he did with Stretch.
We're just gonna say that.
Rip.
Yeah, Leatherface liked Stretch. He did not like Sean.
He should have
It's all right. We flew to
his beard.
We went to Derry, Maine, so we'll go to Texas. Whatever city they're in.
We're just traveling all around the country.
Yeah.
To rescue our fallen podcasters.
Okay. So Lefty finally finds the family, and while he is fighting Leatherface, for some reason it just shows Drayton hiding underground, and we just hear all the fighting upstairs. I felt like that was an odd choice too.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the radio scene where all the action's happening off screen, and we're just stuck with something funny, or something that is supposed to be funny.
yeah, it's like you can hear all the jokes and all the, like it's kind of like a mind fuck though because of that, because like you're hearing all of the, like you're seeing what you're seeing, but like there's like all this chaos going on around it, which you know is kind of like the vibe that you get from the original. But then, like, you see everyone laughing, like they're having fun, like taunting her
Yeah.
at the dinner table in the original and stuff, like, which I mean, to most people, that's not funny,
That's not right.
and it's like torture, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that, but it's more of like it's not so serious. It's like meant to be funny with the chaos and the torment going on in the background. Like it's there, but they kind of make light of it a little bit and give it more of like a comedy feel. Like they give it like a little bit of like a comedic feel rather than just straight I can't think of the word I'm looking for.
Just straight terror.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad we have two different points of view on this. I guess it gives like a different perspective.
Yeah, me too. Because I was really, and I'm glad that you did go back and watch it though, and that you liked it a little bit better than what you remembered. Even if it wasn't a whole lot, you don't like it as much as I do.
I remember it being one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and then
so now it's just like next to work. Now it's just like the runner up.
Yeah, it's just it's right above the sequel to Donnie Darko.
I never even watched that. I don't think.
Me neither.
It is straight trash. They try so hard to recreate the feel of Donnie Darko. Like there's even a montage at the end of the movie with like a sad song.
Oh gosh.
It's bad.
Movies that did not need a sequel at all.
There's so many.
And that movie's like right at the top.
I guess we can say it now. Our next episode of Attempted Topics will be Donnie Darko.
Oh my god, I'm excited for that.
My number one favorite movie of all time. But
yeah, it's up there for me too.
But we'll finish Texas Chainsaw 2 before we.
Okay.
Okay, so Drayton dies because Leatherface drops a chainsaw through the floor. Correct?
Epic.
So Gretch and Chop Top are fighting, and as soon as they leave the room, so who threw the grenade? I didn't catch that when I watched it. I just saw a grenade on the floor, and then the grenade goes off, and I'm assuming it's supposed to kill Lefty and Leatherface. Like, who threw the grenade?
Who did throw the grenade?
It's a
Because I don't think Lefty showed up with a grenade, because he was fighting with a chainsaw.
Drayton blows up the ground.
I mean, I remember, like, the grandpa kills it, like... What, was it the grandpa?
I'm not even sure.
Wasn't the grandpa, like, mostly dead?
Yeah, I didn't understand the grandpa.
That reminds me of those people in Suspiria.
Yeah, I feel like because they create the illusion that they're dead, or that he's dead, so I thought we were supposed to believe he was dead.
Or The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, he's one of those weird type of...
The Hills Have Eyes is so creepy.
Creatures.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen the original Hills Have Eyes.
Me neither. I only saw the
The
remake.
remake is it's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like uncomfortable though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's like a
Stretch,
revenge movie.
sorry, yeah. So Stretch and Chop Top are fighting at the top of the mountain, and Chop Top ends up falling off, but he goes back into the what's it called, like into the cave. So I think he lives. Like I think he just falls down.
I hope so.
I mean, under basic horror movie rules, I think he would be alive because they
Mm-hmm.
never show his death.
I think I'm still trying to. I'm still stuck on this grenade
I don't.
because it's so random. Like,
I'm gonna look up right now and see who threw the grenade.
I think it was Drayton, but
Yeah.
I think it was too.
was it Drayton? Why did it? Why did I don't know why he had the grenade.
Like
Well,
it just says Chop Top narrowly escapes the grenade explosion. It doesn't say who threw it.
I think Drayton did. I need to.
That's
God,
what
I
I'm
haven't watched
thinking.
this in a minute. Little details.
Yeah, okay. It says Drayton, accepting that he and his family have lost, blows up the ground, killing himself, Lefty, and the half-dead grandpa. So it was Drayton.
He's the OG.
He just cut his losses and killed everybody.
Can you blame him?
Me playing Until Dawn.
I'm over here like, I mean, he still won. He's still like the blue ribbon, chili winner.
Yeah, so he didn't totally lose.
Yeah, he's still a winner.
He went out on top when it comes to chili.
Yeah. Then he just gives up. He's like, you know what? We're done here with this underground circus.
Like, my life has served its purpose. I won the chili contest.
I've accomplished all my life goals. Okay.
I lived my best life.
So then Stretch is like screaming at the top of the mountain, and the movie ends.
Yeah. She screams a lot in this movie.
She's a, you know what? She is one hell of a scream queen.
Mm-hmm.
She was totally like a really underrated scream queen.
I agree. I'm a fan.
I thought she was great.
So yeah, that was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Good night.
So,
I mean, you know that part.
so real quick, out of all of the Texas Chainsaw movies you've seen, because I don't think Steven has seen them all, give me like a quick ranking from worst to best. I'm pulling up all of
Me?
All of us.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so part 1 for me, I guess.
You're on from best to worst.
Best to worst. Part 1, part 2, The Next Generation.
Oh, you hate the remake.
Part 3. I'm not a huge fan of the remake at all. Okay, so then the remake, and then after that, I'm not even gonna count them in because I really wasn't real crazy. But now I did. Let me tell you, the remake actually. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna actually give it slot number 4.
That's fair.
Because,
okay.
And then I'll do Leatherface after that, part 3, as number 5, because they really did not do bad with. I remember watching the remake for the first time when it came out, and it was super creepy. And the part where he drags the girl back inside and hangs her on the meat hook,
Yeah.
um, was so exciting. Like,
like ultimate
so,
goals.
I was so into that. Like, I rewatched that part so many times. I was like, yes, because it was so much like it was so it takes you back to, it took me back to like the first time that I saw the original. It had that feel, like it really, that was whenever it really did it for me, because it was super creepy. So I always forget about that remake. It was pretty epic, but now the rest of them, I don't know about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just couldn't. It was like they were grasping too hard or something. Like they were try hards.
All right, so my favorite is probably the remake, followed by Texas Chainsaw 3D,
Do
followed
your
by
thing, cuz.
minus that, followed by Texas Chainsaw the beginning. Then I'm gonna put the very first one,
Oh wow.
and then the second one, and then I have not seen 3, The Next Generation, or Leatherface yet. So I'm only missing 3 of them.
Okay. I don't remember 3 and the Next Generation enough to put them above or below anything, so I'm not going to include them. From best to worst, I would go remake 1, the beginning, 3D, Texas Chainsaw 2, and Leatherface.
Do your thing, cuz.
Lick my plate, you dog dick.
So we all have very different opinions on Texas Chainsaw for the most part.
Extremely different. Wow.
Leatherface is terrible.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Is that the one where he's in drag?
No, that's the Next Generation.
Oh, okay.
Leatherface. There's actually 2 called Leatherface because part 3 is called Leatherface,
Oh, okay.
and Leatherface came out like 2 years ago, and it's like a prequel, not to be confused with the beginning. But
see their timelines are.
Like I don't even really remember a lot of it, but it's like there's these people that escape like a mental hospital or something, and then one of them becomes Leatherface, and we're supposed to spend the entire movie guessing which one it is. Even though on the cover of the movie they pretty much show the guy who is Leatherface. Because, like, I don't care if you or I don't know if you care if I spoil it or not.
No.
So there is like a obese guy in the movie who we're supposed to believe the entire movie is going to become Leatherface because he looks like him. But on the cover of the movie, there's like this skinny guy walking away. So obviously the plot twist is that the guy that we don't expect to be Leatherface becomes Leatherface.
But he's on the cover as Leatherface, basically.
Yeah. Like they don't show his face, but you know who he is.
Yeah.
It's not good. So yeah.
That's funny how all of our opinions are different.
Yeah.
Minus ours.
They're all different.
Minus our favorite being, well, mine and Jeremy's favorite being the remake.
I love the remake and the first one.
The remake was a lot better than what I wanted to give it credit for. It really was really great. It's just I don't understand it being better than the original, but I understand it being the first ones that you guys watched,
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
and your connection with it that way. So I get
But I
that.
guess our rankings are polar opposite.
If you like if you think about the time that the first one was made, I'll admit that it's the better made movie, because to make that in like 1974, I think it was, or whatever,
Yeah.
like that was something that was never done before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Nothing like no people had never seen anything like that before. It was really heavy
So I
for that
I can
time.
admit that it's the better made movie, but I enjoy the remake more than the original.
Yeah.
And they're pretty close. It's not like I love the remake and just like the original. I love them both, but I enjoy the remake a little bit more. Probably just because it was the first one I saw. And that ending scene with like the found footage thing scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, it looked it looked so real.
So yeah. I guess we can go right into the weekly recommendations. This is where Sean would normally sing us into the weekly recommendations.
Oh yeah.
I forget how the song even goes.
Well, he sang twice and sang two different songs. So
Wait, what?
we'll just pretend Sean sang us into the weekly recommendations.
I missed that.
Oh yeah, you did, because it started with the It episode.
Yeah, that's right. He did. He sang in that episode.
I got to listen.
So my recommendation is a movie from 2007 called Frayed, Frayd. So tell me if you heard this plot before. It's about this guy that escapes a mental hospital and comes back to his hometown to kill his family.
It sounds familiar.
That's because it's the plot of Halloween.
Oh.
I'm talking about.
You said that sounds familiar.
No, I mean like you were telling me about that movie.
Yeah. I have told you about it before. It's it came out the same year as Rob Zombie's Halloween. It actually came out like the week before. And if you compare the trailers, they're almost exactly the same.
Okay.
But it's like 90% afraid could pass as a Halloween remake until like the last 15. But I think it's done very well, and yeah, there's like twists and turns, so I don't want to really, give away too much.
Yeah, I plan on watching that.
But it's like heavily inspired by Halloween, and it's done very well. So yeah, Frayd, Frayd. Would you say, Meatball?
I need to see that.
It says it's on Amazon Prime for $3.
Okay.
So if I could pay $4 for Texas Chainsaw 2,
I
think
you.
Frayd.
I'll pay more. I'll rent it.
I think Frayd is worth it.
Also, you feel like you didn't spend it then?
Yeah.
Well, is that your recommendation?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna randomly say, I think mine right now, and I usually stick to just random scary movies. So, since tonight's episode was like this ridiculous horror comedy thing, I want to say Brain Damage.
Okay.
And because I hadn't seen it in forever, like probably since I was a little kid, until this winter I watched it, and then I watched it again. I got Wes to watch it with me, and he loved it. And then last week I talked Sid into watching it, and he didn't know what to think. It's it's really it's like about this I don't know what he is. He's like a, I want to call it like a parasite type thing.
Mhm.
Like he God, how do you even describe this movie? He like controls you, and it's super cheesy. It's so cheesy, but it's hilarious. It's really not. I mean, I didn't find it scary, and like the blood and gore is overly done, and the screaming, like everything's like extra dramatic, and so it's really funny. It's really cool. It's so 80s. It's so cheesy. It's called Brain Damage, but the little parasite dude, alien, whatever he is, his name's Elmer, and he talks to the guy. The guy's name's Brian.
Mhm.
It's just great. Like, it's worth watching. It's on Shudder right now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually on the
If you have Shudder.
I'm on the IMDb page for Brain Damage, and it's also on Tubi TV. I don't know if you guys know what
Okay.
that is, but it's like a free streaming service, and it's legal. So
It's
I need
and
to
it's
check it
legal.
out. And it's legal.
yeah.
Just throwing that out
I'm
there.
recommending that because it kind of falls in the. I think that movie kind of falls in the category of uh, today's movie topic.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that it's worth watching. Like it, and just know going into it, don't take it like. Just know it's not meant to be taken seriously.
Mhm.
And it
So
doesn't have a previous movie that was scary.
no,
Okay.
it's all on its own.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. It seems good.
It is. It's cool. It's worth watching if you're into that.
Okay. All right, Steven.
Alright, I am gonna recommend an 80s dark comedy movie too. Meatball, I feel like you've seen it. It's called Heathers.
Oh my god! I tried to get Sid to watch it the other night.
I love Heathers. It's like
It's one of my favorites.
it is a dark comedy. Basically, it's about this girl who tries to be a part of the popular girls. It's almost like Mean Girls in a way, but with death.
Yeah, it's like a dark version of Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good. I'm so glad you.
Yeah,
This is your pick.
yeah, the guy that she ends up falling for basically kind of talks her into helping him kill all the popular kids in school.
My kind of guy.
It's just hilarious.
Okay.
Winona Ryder and Christian Slater.
So yeah, it's like I feel like Jennifer's Body is similar to her too, or Scream Queen's TV series, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It blends in with that kind of, and you
I'm
can
here
tell
for
that it influenced those movies and those type of stuff.
I saw Heather's on something the other day. It may be on Shudder. It's on Amazon Prime or Shudder, I think.
You know,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
it says Amazon Prime.
It was
Okay.
it was an off-Broadway musical too.
Really?
Yeah, they did the songs on Riverdale.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
But they need to bring it back so I can see it.
So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch all three of our recommendations for only $3.
Wow, we should get sponsored by them.
We should.
We give them a lot of free advertisement.
we're killing it.
I would like it. I would like some free Amazon Prime.
Free Amazon Prime for a year.
Yeah.
Or at least 6 months. Just don't charge me for the holiday season coming up.
Right?
And my catch-up months, like January through March, when I don't have money.
Same. I'm poor all year, so.
It just gets worse at the beginning of the year.
All right. Anybody have anything else?
No. Wait.
I was waiting for a quote from the movie.
Lick my plate, you dog dick.
Okay.
And music is my life.
So next.
That's all I got.
So normally we would have episodes every other Sunday, but next Sunday we will be releasing our first commentary.
Oh.
I'm not going to say what movie it is.
I'm excited.
But it's
I'm very.
It's summer, it's Disney, and it's dumb.
I object.
I mean, it's summer and Disney, but it's like...
Well, I've never seen it, but it's very out of character for us.
Very out of character for you.
But I'm here for it.
Speak for yourself. It's the best movie ever.
It's funny. And I like the songs.
Are we going to record and watch it?
Yeah, we will be watching the movie and recording at the same time.
And in a party? Well,
yeah.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So we're gonna... Okay, I got you.
We'll
figure it out.
It'll be like right now, but we'll be watching a movie.
Okay.
We should do a test run.
Yeah.
And see if we can get into a PlayStation party and play Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Well, I think what we'll have to do, because I don't think that we can, like, one of us start it at the same time. Like, we'll probably have to do, like, Wes and I do this a lot. Like, we'll do, like, a countdown and then start it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And watch it but we do it in a party. But I guess if we're all on here recording where we can hear each other, we won't have to do the party.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's going to be great. I'm excited.
Someone's going to be like 2 seconds off. I'm going to be able to hear it in the background. And it'll be Sean.
Well, yeah, we can watch with our headphones on and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Steven, would you like to sing the goodbye song?
No.
Yeah, Steven.
That's your job.
Whose?
I need auto-tune.
Hey, this was really fun.
Oh, you're singing the original.
Just begun. We're through. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. Sing along if you know the words.
I really should know the words.
Well, that's okay, 'cause we'll see you very soon, I know. Very soon, I know.
That's why I wanted you to sing it.
And the big blue house
will be waiting for you to come and play.
To come and play.
Come and play.
I can't.
Thank you guys for singing with me.
You're welcome.
I was laughing at your note.
I thought I did a good job.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Well, thank you.
It was 9 out of 10.
Thank you.
I give it all the stars.
Sean will join me next week. All four of us are gonna sing next week. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Oh, big time. I know all those songs too.
I'm gonna rehearse. I'm
Me
gonna
too.
rehearse the
See,
goodbye
we need to
song.
practice this week when you're off.
Well, I found a video with the lyrics. That's why I do the words.
I listen to the soundtracks in the car.
Yeah, I listened to one song in particular.
I wonder if it's the same one I listen to.
Probably not.
We'll have to talk about this later.
Okay.
It's a surprise for the show.
Oh, a big dance number.
I know some of the moves. Listen, we're about to do this. This is our time to shine, Steven.
It is.
This is going to be our debut hit.
The
All right.
record
Our
deals
big
are going to be
breakthrough.
pouring in.
All right, we'll be back next week with our first live commentary, and then the week after that we'll be discussing Donnie Darko.
Oh, I'm so excited for that one too.
Me too.
How exciting!
Yay!
All right, peace.
Bye.
Bye.